In this video, I'm going to be talking about my 1988 Honda CRX, which I ended up parting out. So in this video, I'm going to be taking the swap out of the CRX. This is a full B16A swap I had put in here. Originally, I hadn't planned to spend as much as I did on this car. I ended up getting this car in the trade. I traded my brother's 1998 Honda CR-V for this car. So I ended up paying my brother $2,500 for the car. So I spent a lot more in maintenance than I had planned to because I went with the new OEM water pump, oil pump, tensioner, and new clutch and flywheel as well, and a lot of brand new parts in the car, like the Skunk 2 half rad, Hasport motor mounts all around, Hasport shift linkage, dry wire OBD1 tucked harness, and a chip P28. I didn't put it in the video, but the first thing I also did was drain the transmission fluid. I left the engine oil in there because it shouldn't really leak. First thing you want to do is drain your coolant, drain your fluids. And then after that is just, unbolting everything. You have the 3 motor mounts, one at the driver's side, passenger side, and the rear motor mount. I'm not running any of the front ones. I did end up putting a PLM traction bar in this car because the front subframe is pretty bulky. So I took that out and just had the traction bar there. Just disconnect your harness. This is a rye wire OBD1 harness, as I had mentioned. I'm planning to reuse this because I am going to be going B series in my EG hatch. So I have some parts already that I could reuse, like radiator hoses, engine harness. Unfortunately, everything else, like the motor mounts and shift linkage, I had to sell because they're EF CRX specific. But the harness is like the main thing I wanted to reuse because I bought it brand new. So a lot of people call this the B pin. I never really had an issue taking these out. I always just use the punch and a hammer and they come out no problem. Here you just have to take off that little clip that usually covers it, which popped out, and then just take your time punching out the pin, which you saw fly out as well. So I had a floor jack supporting the transmission here. That's the only way I was able to take this mount out without the motor sinking down. I went this way because that back corner bolt gave me a lot of trouble since it's in such a tight spot, but I was able to get the mount out. Usually it would be easier to just lower the swap onto a dolly and lift the car up and just pull the swap out. But I have a traction bar in place and I didn't want to unbolt it, so I just figured I might as well use the hoist since I have it and just pull it out from the top. So here in the video, you'll see that the motor is tilting towards the back of the, towards the firewall. And that's because I didn't really chain it the right way. I chained it in a good spot on the timing case side, but on the transmission side, you'll see that it's kind of straight across from the other bolt. So I should have went more towards the back of the transmission, like near the starter. So it would have been more even, but thankfully the motor didn't fall or anything. I just lost a little bit of cooling, but it's okay. So yeah, I struggled here a little bit with the motor just because I didn't chain it right. Had I evenly distributed it, it would have, you know, settled standing straight up. But thankfully it didn't fall or anything like that, so it's all good. The main reason why I parted out this CRX was because I had spent way more than I had planned to. The car still needed a lot of work exterior wise. It had rust in the rear quarter panels. The paint wasn't as fresh in the front. With the EG, I'll have a cleaner car to start with because the paint is fresh, interior is pretty decent, it's clean, and the EG has a lot more engine space as well. This CRX, every time I would drive it during the day, it would overheat. The engine bay would get really hot because it's so cramped, and the clearance is really tight in the engine bay as well. I was originally going to turbo this car, but just changed my mind because the EG is a much better platform in my opinion to build, and I feel like there's more support for it as well. I just really wanted to do another B series swap. I hadn't done one since maybe 2020, and these cars are super light, so it was pretty good experience. You know, learned a lot how to convert an OBD0 car to OBD1, since this car is from 1988, and how a cable transmission works as well. That was all new stuff to me. So, you know, I enjoyed the car for the time that I had it. I had it for maybe close to a year, but you know, it was just time to move on. I ended up selling this swap for $2K. I was also able to sell some other stuff as well, like the shift linkage, motor mounts, T-bracket, the chip P28. I had a Skunk 2 exhaust on the car that I took off and sold as well. Axles, everything that I didn't really need anymore, to be honest. I would have loved to keep this car, but I'm just very limited on the space, and I wasn't really driving it that much anymore. So thank you guys for watching, and let me know, what should I have done? Should I have kept the car or parted it out like I did?